Welcome to my channel Nanovate. Today we will going to discuss about the anatomy of the knee joint. The knee joint, that is the more larger and the complex type of the synovial joint, and it is present in the lower limb between the bones the femur and the tibia. The third bone including the knee joint is present anteriorly is the patella. The patellofemoral articulation and the femoral tibial articulation is going to form the knee joint, and this knee joint are connected by a way of various ligaments, the meniscus, and a thick synovial membrane covering the joint capsule of the knee joint. And this knee joint is ultimately a flexible joint that will allow a movement easily to perform walking. Now coming to the movements, as it is a synovial joint, but most variety is include the hinge type of synovial joint. So this knee joint is going to perform the flexion and the extension of the leg. Now coming to the articulation of the knee joint. Now here you can see I have prepared notes for you guys to be better explained. So the two articulation provided in the knee joint is from the femorotibial articulation between the femoral condyles and the tibial plateau, that is the inferior articulation of the knee joint. The anteriorly, this femur is articulate with the patella to form the femoropatellar articulation, and this articulation is present anteriorly. So these two articulations are going to form the knee joint. One important point to remember here is that the fibular bone is not going to take part in the formation of the knee joint. Now coming to the meniscus and the joint capsule of the knee joint. Now here you can see this is taking a superior section of the knee joint, and in this section there you can see there are the two meniscus present on the tibial plateau of the tibia bone. If we remove the femoral condyles, there we can see the two meniscus that are present on the tibial plateau. The medial meniscus is the C-shaped meniscus, while that of the lateral meniscus is the oval or the circular type of the meniscus. And the medial meniscus is going to articulate with the tibial bone, while that of the lateral meniscus will also going to articulate with the tibial plateau, but somewhat with the fibular ligaments, not the fibular bone. These are the two ligaments that are shown here is a cut section of the anterior and the posterior cruciate ligament that we are going to discuss further on. And the whole cavity is going to covered with the synovial membrane that is present inside the joint capsule, and then the hard and a thick joint capsule will going to cover this whole knee joint. Now coming to the ligaments, there is a vast variety of ligaments that will going to connect the knee joints, and they are forming a function of making the knee joint flexible to perform walking. Now coming to the ligament, that is a patellar ligament, is attached anteriorly from the femur to the patella to prevent the dislocation anteriorly. The tibial collateral ligament is a medial ligament that is attached from the tibia towards the medial condyle of the femur, while that of the fibular collateral ligament is a lateral collateral ligament, and it is attached from the fibular bone towards the lateral epicondyle or the lateral condyle of the femur. Now here in this diagram you can see there are shown the ligaments on the medial side and on the lateral side. Here you can see on the lateral side there is attachment of the fibular bone, and there is a formation of a fibular collateral ligament attaching on the lateral condyle of the femur. The other ligament here you can see is the tibial collateral ligament in the medial view, and this is attached from the medial side of the tibia towards the medial condyle of the femur. And here you can see the anteriorly is the presence of a patella bone, and this patella bone is attached with the ligament that we have discussed is the patellar ligament with the tibia, not with the femur. It is attached with the tibia. And these are the certain cut sections of the tendons. Now coming to the three more important ligaments, the remaining three ligaments include the oblique popliteal ligament, the anterior and the posterior cruciate ligament. The oblique means that it is present in the oblique direction, and it will attach to the popliteus muscle and present on the lateral side of the femoral condyles. The anterior and the posterior cruciate ligament are the cruciate means the crisscross ligament, and they are attached in that manner that they forming a crisscross section of a ligament and present on the anterior side and the posterior side of the knee joint. We are going to see these two ligaments by a diagram. Now in this diagram, you can see that this is the presence of anterior cruciate ligament on the anterior side of the femur bone, and it attached on the lateral cruciate ligament or lateral meniscus of the knee joint, while that of the posterior cruciate ligament is coming from the posterior side of the knee joint, and it is going to attach on the medial meniscus of the knee joint. So there is a formation of the anterior cruciate ligament in this direction, while that of the posterior cruciate ligament will come from the posterior side, and there will be a crossing over of these ligaments. That's why they are called as the cruciate ligaments. Now we have covered all the ligaments including the knee joint. Now we are going to discuss some of the movements and the locking and unlocking mechanism of the knee joint. So here it is shown the movement of a knee joint, that is the flexion and the extension, mostly provided by the quadriceps femoris muscles, and the locking and unlocking mechanism is including the locking of the knee joint, which include the flexion and the lateral rotation of the knee joint. Flexion and the lateral rotation is going to unlock the knee joint, while that of the medial rotation and the extension will going to lock the knee joint. Now coming to the blood supply of the knee joint. So the last part of the video includes the blood supply of a knee joint. In this way, we are going to cover all the aspects of the knee joint. So the blood supply of the knee joint is provided by anastomosis. This anastomosis is provided by a geniculate branches of the femoral artery. That's why this anastomosis is also called as the genicular anastomosis. These geniculate branches of the femoral artery with the popliteal artery combining with the lateral circumflex artery of the femoral branches and with the branches of the anterior tibial artery. These all arteries will going to combine in such a manner that performing an anastomosis around the knee joint. Now here you can see this is a anastomosis provided from the arteries that are coming from the part above, that's a femoral artery. Below it is a formation of popliteal artery. Then there is an anterior tibial artery, the branch of the popliteal artery, and the superolateral, the inferolateral, the superomedial, and the inferomedial geniculate branches of the femoral artery will going to form the anastomosis around the knee joint. So this was it. I hope you will explain well. Thank you for